Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Liquid Kenobi. And before we get started, I would like you guys please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, we have that out of the way. Let's get into this. So, Disney puts Tangled live action remake on hold in the wake of Snow White's disastrous box office run. So I did remember this years ago, a couple of years back, that they were going to do a live remake of Tangled. And I was a bit skeptical and worried about this because every live action movie that they have made has been a major flop, bro. You know, you had The Little Mermaid, Snow White. It's like, ugh. Aladdin was good. I did enjoy Aladdin, but I did kind of see that they added some stuff that they shouldn't really add. Um, Beauty and the Beast was good. I enjoyed it. But like I said, dude. And then of course you had the Lion King, which I never watched at all, or the Mufasa thing, and I didn't watch it all because I just don't like Disney. I just don't like Disney what they've been doing right now lately with these movies. And I didn't watch the Snow White movie that came out, but I've been on top of this for so long. I've read articles and I've seen other videos of what they're doing with it, bro. And I said to myself, no, I'm not interested. Not interested. And people watched it and they said that it was terrible. But not as bad as was with Minecraft. Now, people have said that Minecraft is much worse than Snow White. However, depending on the fan base of the Minecraft game, they are projecting that this movie can make up to 143 million this weekend. I will keep an eye on this and I will let you guys know. But we're not talking about that. We are going to talk about this article here. So let's get into it and see what has happened here. Now, just to let you know, heads up, DJ Cobra did mention this first, and if I know of, and I watched it, and I watched other videos, but I've only seen Jeremy mention this. So let's see what is going on here. The fallout from Disney's Snow White disaster is beginning to spread, and the next casualty is Rapunzel. According to insiders, Disney has it paused on its planned live-action Tangled remake, quietly shelving the project just weeks after Snow White's disappointing box office performance. The decision, confirmed to Hollywood Reporter by multiple sources close to the studio, signals growing internal concerns over the viability of Disney's remake first theatrical strategy. Snow White originally budgeted at 210 million, but bloated to upwards of 270 million after costly reshoots, as grossed a mere 69 million domestically and 145 million worldwide. That's a catastrophic return on investment for a movie meant to revive one of Disney's foundational fairy tale brands. Even with international help, Snow White is on track to lose hundreds of millions. Now, Tangled, once considered a crown jewel in the next wave of Disney live action remakes, is being yanked from its golden tower. Tangled up and tossed aside. The live action Tangled had been in active development, with Greatest Showman's Michael Gracie set to direct and screenplay from Jennifer Caitlin Robinson. Gracie's involvement had generated some enthusiasm online, especially among fans of Tangled's musical flair, but Disney has reportedly paused the project indefinitely in the wake of Snow White's future. So, this is the original Tangled movie that came out on Disney, and I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. It was pretty good, and I enjoyed it. But the remake, the way they do it it's not a good idea. And I'm glad they paused it because after what they saw with Snow White and after what's been happening, they had to hold it and just think about it. I'm hoping they are thinking about trying to get it right and to make it non-political, non-woke, none of that nonsense, bro. No DI crap. I'm hoping they do that. but with Disney, you never know. While officially language from the studio remains vague, there are many who believe this isn't a creative delay, it's a strategic retreat. The numbers on Snow White seem to have spooked executives, and the studio is reassessing which properties are still worth the live action treatment. The box office collapse, coupled with years of mounting backlash towards the remake's tone and direction, may be forcing Disney to finally reconsider a formula's that's rapidly showing diminishing returns, a tragedy losing its magic. Since the early 2010s, Disney's live action remake strategy has churned out blockbuster hits and costly flops in near equal measure. Beauty and the Beast 1.26 billion, Aladdin 1.5 billion, Lion King 1.66 billion, brought in enormous profits, but those were legacy properties with broad four quadrant appeal and built nostalgia across generation. These remakes also stayed fairly faithful to the original source material. In contrast, Dumbo, Pete's Dragon, Cruella, Pinocchio, The Little Mermaid, and Snow White have all stumbled, creatively or financially, or both in most cases. These failure films were a radical departure from the original with sweeping story changes and injection of modern progressive ideology or race swapped classic characters. Now, with Snow White essentially dead on the arrival and entangled on ice, the question must be asked: has Disney remake era run out of steam? What comes next? Despite this shakeup, two more live action titles are still heading to theaters within the next 15 months, and Disney is betting big on both. First up is Lilo and Stitch, arriving May 23rd. The studio has gone all in marketing with its Super Bowl spot featuring Stitch crashing the field, racking up 133 million views in 24 hours. The trailer itself became Disney's second most viewed live action trailer ever, offering hope that this is one might strike a chord with younger and nostalgic audiences alike. It seems to be sticking closer to the actual source material, which historically has been a hit with audiences. Further down the road is Moana, which sails into theaters July 10th, 2026, and Disney has reasons to be optimistic here. The original Moana has become a streaming juggernaut, lodging at 1.4 billion hours watched on Disney Plus, equal to over 735 million full plays of the movie. Adding to the momentum is the animated sequel Moana 2, which, despite lackluster reviews, was a runaway financial hit last year with over 1.1 billion gross worldwide. These two films may be Disney's last hope of salvaging the live-action brand. If either underperforms, the studio could be looking at a major overhaul of the theatrical strategy. A new regime, a new direction. Tangled's shelving also reflects a larger shift in Disney's leadership. Darius Cedric was named ahead of the live-action theatrical films earlier this year, reporting to David Greenbaum, who replaced longtime live-action overseer Sean Bailey. Greenbaum and Sursek are said to be more cautious about expensive nostalgia plays and may pivot the division toward original projects or tighter characters-driven remakes. That change could be what finally ends Disney's decade-long reliance on CGI-heavy, IP-fueled remakes. It's a model that once printed money, but as Snow White and the Little Mermaids have proven, audiences are no longer enchanted. So yeah, man, I mean, let's hope the Lilo and Stitch movie does well, man. Let's just hope it does. But for this, I'm glad they are holding it on a pause. Just, they need to think and re-strategize their move. But if not, things will get bad. So you guys let me know in the comments below what you guys think. So please share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. And as always, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being part of the channel. And I'll be seeing you all until next time. Bye, everyone.